The Celtics are shaky, yet they carry themselves as if they own the world. Occasionally, out of nowhere, this team pulls off a game that smells of something. Missed triples, lost players, long faces, and then they lose, without much fanfare or glory. In both games of the series, they've grossly underestimated their opponent, as if they were playing against a school team. It's an implosion of arrogance. When the Cavaliers began scoring baskets like mad, the Celtics were clueless about how to respond, and then they let everything slip through their fingers, missing shots and failing to defend anyone. I'm no enemy of statistics, but when a team starts using math as an excuse for poor play, it irks me. In the third quarter, with the Cavaliers hitting threes like crazy, Derek White turned his back on Darius Garland, allowing him to shoot at will. How did the Celtics not realize that for the Cavaliers to beat them, they need to make threes? Didn't what the Heat did in Game 2 tell them anything? Do they need another game to realize that letting players who aren't great shooters take shots is not a good strategy? It's exhausting that this keeps happening. The Celtics' inability to win both home games, losing at least one of the 2 in 6 of their last 7 series, undermines the traditionally solid home court advantage of Boston, now reduced to a level playing field at best, and at worst, but probably in reality, a disadvantage. This team constantly needs to have their backs against the wall to play at their highest level, and that will cost them the title this year. After a crushing victory, the Celtics came out with a mix of surprise and arrogance, believing that the Cavaliers would surrender and let them win this series as if it were their divine right. As happened after the second game against Miami, the narrative for the next 2 days will be the three-point margin. It's true that the Cavaliers more than doubled the three-point efficiency of the Celtics, but I'm also tired of that conversation. I'm not going to sit here and lament the three-point conversion this time. That's because missing threes is no excuse for giving up the game. Just once, I'd like the Celtics to figure it out, find a new angle, a different edge, and exploit it. Keep shooting threes, because as much as I hate it, that's how you get back into the game. But commit to defense, get physical, maybe too physical at times. Fight and claw your way back, and even if you don't make it, come out with some battle scars. Because all that remains after this are the same questions and probably the same answers. I hope the Celtics win the third game by a ridiculous margin, as they now have to reflect on their amateur clumsiness during the entire trip to Cleveland, and probably, as usual, suddenly explode on the court. Yet there you see a different right mind. I came tonight after watching the one-dimensional Cavaliers struggle to do basic things in Game 1 and expected a walk in Game 2. Once again, I was Charlie Brown, trying to kick the ball, hoping that this time Lucy wouldn't pull it away and the cardiac Celtics would simply dominate a series without the usual self-destruction. Everyone will expect an immediate comeback from the Celtics because that's how this team works, I guess. But they could lose, like when last year's home defeats in the Eastern Conference Finals failed to awaken the Celtics, when they finally realized it was too late and they had run out of margin for error, and I'm sick of it. Soon, the presumptuous laziness and entitlement, both of the Celtics,